Namaste from Ibiza, Lilliput here from Talamanca. I just never thought I'd live here, but hey, this is where existence has sent me. And I would like to invite you to join me in the next series of videos that I'm going to be doing, where I'm going to be exposing some beautiful ancient tools and rites from an Ayurvedic point of view to bring balance to our lifestyle. Obviously, I will speak about the doshas because this is sort of the fundamental and the roots of Ayurveda. So knowing which dosha we are, it's very important, but also knowing what dosha is out of balance is really important. So if you're watching this and if you're interested and you don't know what your dosha is, and or if you don't know what's out of balance, what I'm going to suggest is for you to do a dosha test. You can just look at for any of them online. I particularly like the ones from Banyan Botanicals, and I can also put a link on the post. So why am I doing this? So I feel that there is a need for us to know what simple tips and exercises or little rituals we can do on a daily basis to bring us back into balance. And there is so much that Ayurveda recommends and so much that Ayurveda can offer in terms of simplicity. It doesn't have to be super complicated. It is all things that we have at home, usually in our kitchen. So I'm going to start by talking a little bit about the importance of the state of our mind, and that every thought can carve our day-to-day living. And I know that we know that. We know that old saying that says that the thoughts create our reality. But it's so important and so paramount that we go back to that. Don't mind the noise. And so what I would like for you to do to start, if you'd like to join me on this journey, is that every morning when you wake up in the morning, you check in. You check in with what I call your mind's eye. That you check in to, even before you speak, even before you open your eyes, to check in to see how you are, how you're doing, how your mind is doing, how you feel, how you can tune into your intelligence, tune into how you feel. And then say, for example, and I'm going to be very, very sort of, straight with this. So if you feel your mind is racing, if you're scattered, if you are anxious, this is your vata is out of balance. So you're going to need to basically just ground. And I will talk about this further when I do things, but the best way to ground, if you're out there, I call it, if you're out there with the fairies, is to ground, to sit and to keep warm and to do some nurturing activities, some nurturing anything. So that could be from nurturing yourself with food, oiling yourself, using some aromatherapy, massaging your feet, actually massaging your head, and maybe just having a cup of tea. Even in the summer, Vatas can drink tea all throughout the summer. And do some pranayama for grounding. So working with the values, with the wind. So we want to ground, we want to go down. So we want to basically inhale into our root, inhale into the earth. So maybe you can do a little bit of exercises to ground you. And you can also look up some exercises online. But I find visualizing is really important. I'm working with a lovely client right now. We're doing a lot of visualization exercises, and this partially what prompted me to do this, because I find it so important. So visualize yourself that you're grounding, that you're growing roots into the earth as you're inhaling and breathing into the earth and exhaling to let go. If you wake up in the morning and you're feeling a little bit like you want to kill somebody, I hate to say that, but sometimes that happens, that you're very that your mind is slightly, let's say, strong, That is, you are judgmental. This is very Pitta. You are feeling slightly hot, already sweating, already gazillion thoughts in your mind, or I'm gonna call this person and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna say that. So this, we're trying to cool down. So cooling down could be by way of drinking water, jumping in the ocean, jumping in a pool, having a cool shower, having something cool, massaging yourself with coconut oil, aloe vera, and chamomile, and things that are going to calm you down. And pranayama is probably one of the best ways to do so. And so pranayama, for cooling, you want to maybe use the left nostril breathing only, chitali, this kind of breathing, and also just visualizing yourself like you are in the North Pole surrounded by penguins or something like that. So just sort of training yourself to bring the opposite. So this is how therapeutically how we think in terms of therapy, not just Ayurveda but in therapy. So bringing the opposite. And now lastly, for kapha, what happens to kapha in the morning? They feel lethargic, they feel heavy, they feel slightly, they feel sort of feel like a victim. Why me? Why do I feel like this? And so when kapha is out of balance, we need usually a friend to pull you out of it. So you need to be ignited. You need fire. You need to get up actually. So instead of staying in bed, looking at the clock and shutting your buzzer, however you call that, down, instead get up and get moving, get active, drink something that's going to bring you into that can shift that. So cacao can do that. Maybe not coffee, but any type of energizing, lifting. So instead of like opposite of vatas, we want to bring them down. For kapha, we want to bring them up. So we want to have anything that's going to spice you up. So what can spice you up? In terms of food, you can have maybe it's a cacao with a little bit of chili or something like that. You want to massage your head, tap your head, you want to jump around, you want your energy to be lifted up. You want to have something hot and spicy. You want to have, and also for kapha, something that gets you out of your comfort zone. Kappas could be very, they have a tendency to go inside, to go in within, and to not go beyond their limits. So doing something that breaks that monotony can help you with that. And spice is good, and also some active pranayama. So kapalabhati, bastrika, something that's going to power you up. Doing some strong sand salutations. Kappas are naturally very strong, so they could use getting in touch with their own strength. So I'm going to leave you with those tips for now, but check it out for more. Namaste.